Right, now we're going to discuss how to configure the CMS system to the DVR. CMS standing for Computer Management System. Some people call it a Client Management System. I just call it the CMS. Irrespective, we need to make both IPs, the IP of one of the DVR and the IP of the computer, or the laptop in this case, to talk to each other. Most of the time we use a laptop for the CMS, or otherwise we could use a spare computer or something like that, but most of the time we would use that. Okay. The actual CMS itself has lots of facilities on it, and I will go through those facilities as soon as I configure. So let's go to the configuration first up. The first thing you do is you move on to what they call devices. In the devices, you look and see the DVR. It's got no name for the DVR, so it means the DVR is not configured. Okay. First thing we need to do is we need to search more and find out, or refresh. We'll do search more and find out what the actual DVR device is, if it's fitted, whatever, making sure. So always do search more. So we hit search more, and it should come up with an IP address very soon. Once it comes up with an IP address, that means that they're both talking to each other. So now we've got the computer to talk to through the software is now talking to the DVR, because that's the DVR, because that is 33. I wrote it down beforehand, is what I configured the DVR up, and it says very good anyhow, so it's telling us there is a connection. Okay, right then. So what we do then is we blacken that out just by one click on it, then we double click on it and it moves it over. Now it's got a DVR device there, see it there, XM device. Once we've got that done, then next we can exit. Now we've exited, then we can go on to here, where it is here, and see if we've actually got a connection there. Now, as you can see there, I can exit that again and go here and go click and try to connect. And yes, we have a connection directly. Okay, so it means that the DVR and the computer are now talking to each other, or have a handshake. They both are on the same IP. One is on 33, and the other one, if we look here under where these two screens are, is on 192.168.1.8, whereas the DVR is on 192.168.1.33. So anyhow, we've got that sorted. But say for instance it weren't correct and it didn't start. It was like this and it didn't start, and we went to go like this, and all of a sudden nothing would connect. It was holding up, nothing's happening, everything else. So you'd know straight away to go to those computers and have a look and see what's going on there. Okay, once you found out what was going on, then what you could do is introduce the new ones into it, or go OK and see if they come up. If they don't come up, then go back into the computers again, have another look. The computer's now automatically found it. It looks like it's initializing. Looks like they're going to talk now. So let's have a look and see what we've got there now. No, we haven't. So they're still not going to talk to each other. So let's set the IP up correctly then. Okay, so we just move on to the actual keyboard for this computer, and we will find that we're going to put a new IP in, and you'll see it come on straight away as soon as we've got it. 192, right? 168. When we said 1, and then we said we're going to make that, this computer was 8, wasn't it? Yeah, 8. The subnet mask should be 255.255.255.0. So I'm putting the other 255 in. Just let me take that back out again, put a 0 in there, move across to here and put 255 in there. Move on to here. The gateway should be 192.168.1.0. The DNS server can be 192.168, and we'll call it 54. Say 54, okay? Right, so it means it's going to go for a range of between 8 and 54. Okay, let's go for it there and press OK. We'll press OK. We'll see what happens there. It looks like we've got a timeout. Just have another look at your screen and make sure that it has configured. Well, we can tell it has configured because the DVR is now talking to it. So it has configured correctly. So that was just a quick exercise in how to configure it, and if it wasn't configured, that's what you need to do. You need to go into that. There's 2 little computer screens there. You don't need to go into Windows. You can do it in this program here. Okay. So once you've done that, then the functions of the DVR itself. What does it do? What is a CMS? What does it do? The CMS is like an overseer. What I can do is I can right click on it, I can start recording. So I can record what's on the main DVR screen onto the CMS. Okay? So if it's an individual thing that's like an anomaly you found with a fishnet or something like that, you can actually record it. You can bring up, because you've got the overlay brought into it, you could go into your overlay, for instance, go Control 2, and you could bring up the overlay into that if you wanted to as well. See, there you go. So then you can do a proper overlay and voiceover and everything else if you need to. But you just show an overlay, you don't do voiceovers, so it doesn't really matter. Anyhow, so there we go with that. We've got that sorted. So you can see how you can actually record an event if need be with the CMS. The CMS also has the function which you asked for, and that function was, does it snapshot? If you look here, Daniel, it says snapshot. We'll snapshot, and there you go, there's a snapshot taken. Note the time, 20:07:05, okay? Let's have a look and see. Go in here, into here where it says more function, down the bottom here, more function. Click on that, go snapshot viewer. Click on snapshot viewer, do a search. There's a snapshot there, 1804. Wow, that don't look anything like it, so it must be the top one. So if we go like that, yes, there it is there. Exactly the same. The time says 20:06:57. Not far ago, not far long ago. So as you can see, that has been, we have got facility to snapshot. What you can do is you can actually open the image, i.e. we can go into the cap file, go into the image and open the image right up using Windows. I'll show you how to do that now. You can minimize your CMS system. You can go into JDVR, which I've made a shortcut on the screen for. You can look at cap file there. You can find the latest one you took, which is not that one. So it must have been that one there. And there's the picture we took at 20:06:57. Right, so that covers that. Let me go back into the CMS. I'm back into CMS. So we now know that the CMS can record, the CMS can capture, the CMS can do everything you really want without you touching the computer while flying. So you could have another person there who could capture the information while the pilot's flying, and there's no fuss at all. I'm not sure how many men you have on your job, but you must have a trainee or somebody like that who'd be able to run something like this. So now the screen's the way it is. What we do usually is we just push that button there and open that screen right up, okay? So we can see all that's going on. Or in your case, it'll be like that, won't it? It'll be just a full screen if you're just using the one camera. But because we're using the DVR and I spoke about different type of things, I've allocated it into 1, 2, 3, 4 things. I've allocated it into ROV. I've given you a deck cam, a CMS cam, and a black box backup system. Okay, so all is recording away there just nicely. There's no problem in the world. Okay, well, I can't think of much more other than what I've shown you about the CMS. You now know how it records, you know how it captures, so I'm not going to confuse you any further, mate. That's it. Thank you for your time, pal.